Good afternoon, my lovely butterflies. This is the Awakened Butterfly, and I am back with another video. Welcome and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time coming across my channel, please stay for the entire video. If you enjoy the content, please don't hesitate to subscribe. Welcome and welcome back, everyone. I pray that you all are having a blessed and amazing afternoon. I pray that everyone is continuing to take care of themselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. I love you guys so much. I really appreciate all the love and support that you've been putting into my channel. Also, if you guys haven't turned on your post notifications, make sure you do so you can be notified every time I post a video. Guys, as you can tell by the title, I am back with a message for the chosen ones. When I received this message, the Most High specifically said that this message is for His chosen. So you guys out there that are chosen, you guys know who you are, and this message is for you. God says that He doesn't want you to fear your accusers. He wants you to remember the promise. And when He gave me this message, He gave me Bible verse Acts 7:14. Then sent Joseph and called Father Jacob to him and all his kindred, 70 souls. Now, as you all know, Joseph was a chosen prophet from God, possessing several gifts, including spiritual gifts, with the ability to interpret dreams. He prophesied through his dreams and he were able to interpret them. He also possessed great leadership skills. And as we all know, Joseph dreamed that he would rule over his family one day. He was also his father's favorite child, and this caused his brothers to become very envious of him. They were also jealous of his spiritual gifts. When Joseph revealed his dream, they became more envious of their brother, accusing him of being weird and supernatural due to his ability to interpret dreams. The key word in this message is accused. Many of you as chosen ones, you are being accused for a lot of things at this time as well. Things that you were never a part of. Joseph wasn't aiming to behave weird or strange towards his brothers or the rest of his family. He was only operating through his gifts, just as you all chosen ones. You're not trying to intimidate anyone. You're not trying to make anyone feel weird, scared, or out of place. You're just operating through your gifts that the Most High gave you. And this is causing many people to become very tight with you. And just as with Joseph, although he was just operating through his gifts, they still persecuted against him, selling him into slavery to the Ishmaelites. And the Ishmaelites later sold him as a slave to Potiphar, which was an Egyptian king. Now, once Potiphar witnessed the gifts of Joseph, he was impressed by Joseph's gifts. His gifts of intelligence and leadership is what caused Potiphar to make him a head of his kingdom. Potiphar's wife tried to seduce Joseph, but due to his gifts of integrity, he refused her offer. And this caused her to accuse him of seducing her. Do you see the cycle of people being intimidated by Joseph's gifts? His brothers were intimidated by his gift to interpret dreams. Potiphar's wife was intimidated by his integrity. And due to these people being intimidated by him, it caused them to persecute against him and to falsely accuse him. And when they falsely accused him, this was their reason for placing Joseph in compromising situations. And throughout all the false accusations and persecution he faced for being God's chosen, God's promise for Joseph's life still remained in the back of his mind. The dream that he had, that he would rule over his family. the Most High gave him a dream, letting him know that one day he will become head of a great nation. Many of you, as God's chosen, have been called everything but a child of God for operating in your gifts. Many of you possess the same gifts as Joseph, the gift of dream interpretation, the gift of prophecy. Many of you may have visions. Many of you hear God's voice. Many of you have the gift of integrity. Many of you are very kind, nurturing, caring people. Many of you possess great leadership skills. And many of you live by the strong morals and belief that the Most High has bestowed upon your life. And with these gifts, many of you have been falsely accused and persecuted. Many of you have been accused of being a false prophet. Many of you have even been accused of being a witch or a warlock or into devil worship. And you have been accused of these things due to your supernatural abilities. Your ability to have dreams. Your ability to hear God's voice. Your ability to warn others about things that will soon come to pass. And it scares them. They're wondering how you're able to do these things. Many people have called you crazy and evil because they don't understand your gifts. They don't understand what God has chosen you to do and why he has chosen you to do it. Many are jealous, they don't like you. They're envious of you because they feel you know too much, and you have to be into some type of witchcraft or sorcery or other type of dark arts, because there's no way you know what you know, and there's no way that it's coming from God. They say these things because they don't have a real relationship with God, because if they did, they will understand that he has chosen ones. He has people that he has called to do things on this earth. They feel that since they don't possess the same gifts that you have, there's no way that God gave the gift over to you. And this is because as chosen ones, you experience the most humility and persecution because you are being trained by God to understand your gifts and how to use them. At that time, guys, it doesn't seem that way because you're going through so much pain, so much humiliation, so much persecution, but you are actually being trained by the Most High God. He's showing you your gifts. He's showing you how to use them. He's showing you the people who has persecuted against you. He's showing you how to handle certain situations. And in the midst of the pain and humility, you are assisting others along your journey. In the midst of all this pain, chosen ones, he still equips you to be strong enough to help other people throughout all the pain, humiliation, and persecution that you face for carrying out his gifts and his will for your life. God gave you a certain vision of a bright and promising future to hold on to, chosen ones. And I know you guys remember it. It's in the back of your mind. And no matter what you experience in between receiving your promise, God puts you in unfortunate situations. And this so you can not only utilize your gifts to help others, but it's to keep you humble. And he uses you to serve as an example to others. He gives his biggest battles to his strongest soldiers. And chosen ones, you are those soldiers. You know, he also uses you as he also uses you as an example to show people that not only using your gifts helps others, but also by obeying his instructions and remaining upright and keeping faith will always lead things to work out for your good. Because he doesn't only have promises for you, he has promises for the people who's persecuting against you, but they're not understanding what their purpose is right now. They need to come closer to him in order to understand. Chosen ones, when people cause you pain, when they accuse you, when they aim to persecute you and place you into compromising situations, God doesn't want you to fear. Instead, he wants you to remain walking in integrity, shining your light even in the darkest situations, remembering his promise for your life, knowing there's light at the end of every tunnel. You know, Joseph became a powerful leader that remained faithful and righteous, remembering the dream that God showed him. remembering his promise. And although, he was wrongfully accused and persecuted by many along his journey, he continued to walk with God, carrying out his instructions. And through the gift of wisdom, Joseph falsely accused his brothers of stealing from him. But this was only in order to bring his family back together again so he could care for them as God wanted him to the whole time. It was all a part of the plan. But he had to go through all of that with his family in order to become better equipped for the future that the Most High had for him to accomplish later on in his journey. The mission that the Most High had for him to carry out later on through his journey. The Most High wants you to walk by faith, not by sight. That's the whole moral of this message. He wants you to trust him and his plan for your life, no matter what your situation looks like now, no matter what it looked like then, no matter how many arrows are being thrown at you. The Most High wants you to continue to shine. He wants you to continue to walk with him. He wants you to continue to stay upright. He doesn't want you to change your heart. He wants you to remain loving, caring, kind, nurturing, because those are your gifts. And he doesn't want you to let anyone or anything stop you from operating in them, because there are rewards in the end for operating in your gifts and obeying God's instructions. And I want you guys to know that no matter how hard it may look right now, no matter what you are going through, always remember who you are and the promise that God has for you. And just know that many people don't have the integrity that you have. They don't have the upright heart, mind. They don't have the same loving and caring that you have, or wisdom and understanding. So the Most High wants you to know that this gives you an advantage. And he wants you to remain humble because of that advantage. He wants you to know who you are. He wants you to remember what he showed you through that vision, through that dream, or what he told you when you heard his voice. He doesn't want you to forget it. He wants you to know that his promises are real, and he always keeps them. I pray that this message reaches who it needs to reach in great spirit. Once you reach this message and you feel that it resonates with you, I want you guys to go back and pray to the Most High for further confirmation. I want you guys to remain happy, remain joyful, no matter what. Always know that there's always light at the end of the tunnel. Just know that something great is about to happen in your life. All of the great seeds that you have sown are about to come into fruition. You're about to see it, guys. Something great is about to happen to you, chosen ones. Just continue to stay upright. Remember God's promise. He will never let you down. He will never break it, okay? I know that it gets hard sometimes, but just keep going. And you will see what God has for your life. I love you guys so much. Continue to take care of yourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually. And until the next video, peace and blessings. Mwah! I love you guys.